coming up next on the J. Ryle Show.
Thank you, Mr. President. Recently, Professor Henry Louis Gates Jr. was arrested at his home in Cambridge. What does that incident say to you, and what does it say about race relations in America?
I don't know, not having been there and not seeing all the facts, what role race played in that. But I think it's fair to say, number one, any of us would be pretty angry. Number two, that the Cambridge police acted stupid.
The president held a major press conference in regards to health care, and the only thing people are talking about are his comments he made about the professor arrested in Massachusetts. This is a whole lot to do about nothing. I'll explain.
Barack Hussein Obama Sr. was never a citizen of the United States. He was here on a student visa. At that time, Kenya was a British colony, and he was a British citizen.
Major Cook, this guy is an idiot. This guy should be thrown in jail, and he should be tried for treason. This is ridiculous, and I will definitely talk about this. This needs no explanation. We'll definitely discuss this.
Against white men.
Let me ask you this. Sure. Why do you think it is that of the 110 Supreme Court justices we've had in this country, 108 of them have been white?
Well, I think white men were 100% of the people that wrote the Constitution, 100% of the people who signed the Declaration of Independence, 100% of the people who died at Gettysburg.
And where is MSNBC's Pat Buchanan? We haven't heard a peep from this guy since his racial tyrant on the Rachel Maddow show. Has he been censored? T.O.
Get your popcorn ready.
The J. Ryle Show starts now.
You never know, that's the point.
Oh where has my Uncle Pat gone? Oh where could he be? I mean, that guy's like Casper, he is gone. Hey, welcome into the J. Ryle Show, and of course, you can reach the show at thejryleshowalive.com, thejryleshowalive.com. Buki is not here. Not yet anyway. He'll be here second set. He's late. So, Book, what's up? Hurry up and get here, man, because I'm going to dock that pay. Just joking, big guy. Just joking. We have a lot to talk about, so let's get right into it, and let's start off with the president's press conference last night on health care. That was a major press conference to talk about something that affects 1/6 of the economy, according to experts. So the only thing people are talking about today is what? His answer to the last question of the press conference about the arrest of the professor from Massachusetts. And people are in a tizzy today. The president shouldn't have answered the question. He shouldn't get in the weeds like that. Well, guys, listen, he was asked a question. What do you expect him to do? Expect him to say, no comment? That was one of those damned if you do and damned if you don't moments, because if he didn't answer the question, African Americans would have been pissed off at him. And since he did answer the question, white people are looking at him cross-eyed. And the only reason why this is an issue because he is an African American president. That's the reason why. Now, I got into a very heated argument last night over this with a very dear friend of mine. Got into a heated discussion with this guy. Because he said, listen, are you going to talk about this during your show? I'm like, you're damn right I'm going to talk about it. But guess what? I'm not going to talk about it in the way you think I'm going to talk about it. Then all of a sudden, he got pissed off at me. Oh, you Uncle Tom. Don't call me an Uncle Tom Chief because I don't agree with you, Doc. Listen, people who know me, and he should know me better than anyone. Anyone who knows me knows that I do not like playing a race card. If you've listened to this show for any period of time, you know that I do not like playing the race card. I think it's a crutch in some cases, and I believe that sometimes it is unnecessarily played. I said it, black people don't hate me, I love you any damn way. I do. I think that there are some situations where it's not necessary to say the reason why they did this is because I'm black. Case in point, the Reginald Denny situation. That's the guy who was pulled out the transfer truck during the OJ riots. 3 black kids beat him up, shot him, hit him upside the head with a bottle. And when they arrested these kids, all of a sudden, everyone in the neighborhood had on Black Power shirts. They're doing this because we're black. No, they're doing this because you idiots got caught on tape and you broke the law. But I've digressed. So anyway, I said to him that I'm not going to comment because I was not there. I don't know what happened. And so it reminded me of a situation that happened to me. A similar situation happened to me a few years back. I was invited to a meeting at a very prestigious club downtown. Very prestigious. This is a big time club. We're talking BMWs, Mercedes, you name it. It was in the parking lot. Lamborghinis, the whole 9 yards. They were there. And so what I usually do is, when I go to places that I'm not familiar with, I lock my personal belongings up in the trunk of my car. And I drove a Mercedes Benz at the time. I still do, but I had a different Mercedes back then. And for those of y'all who are fortunate enough to own a Mercedes, you know that it comes with this crazy looking key, but inside that crazy looking key is even a more crazy looking key. And this key is a small stubby key, and that's your valet key. So you use that key to lock your stuff up. So that way, if you do valet park, which I don't, but if you do, then the valet do not have access to your personal belongings. The valet just can't go in your car and hit the trunk button and have access to your trunk. So anyway, I left the meeting. I'm trying to get in my trunk to get my personal belongings out because my office is my car. And all of a sudden, all I heard was woo, 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 woo. All of a sudden, I looked up, there were SUVs, golf carts, flashlight cops came out of the woodwork. And they said, "Sir, excuse me, sir, we received a report of a man breaking into a car." Now, keep in mind, I had on a shirt and tie, I had a beautiful attaché case with me, but yet and still, someone apparently thought I was breaking into this Mercedes, which was my car. So I said, "No, it's my car. Guys, the key's hard to stick in there, blah, blah, blah." They said, "Okay, sir, is everything else good?" "No, I'm good, thank you so much." End of story, gone. As they were leaving, one of the flashlight cops, who happened to be Hispanic, said, "You know how people are nowadays." I said, whatever. Situation over with. And so, I don't know what happened. Listen, first of all, if someone calls and reports a crime, the police have to respond. The police have to respond. So you can't get mad at the cops for responding. What's hazy is what happened. Because some reports say that the professor was in his house and the police officer asked him for his ID. I don't see anything wrong with the police officer saying, "Hey, sir, we received a report of a break-in. Is this your house?" So now the million-dollar question is, what did the professor say when the police officer asked him, "Is this your house?" Did he say, "Well, yeah, officer, it's my house. Here's my ID to prove that it's my house"? Or did he say, "What the hell you mean? Because I'm a black man, you assume that I'm breaking into my house?" Now, keep in mind, if I'm the police officer and I ask you a simple question and you start getting belligerent with me, because according to the police report, if you want to believe that, the professor tried to strong-arm him. He went and got on the phone and tried to reach the chief of police, telling the police officer, "Do you know who I am?" Now, let me tell you something. If I'm the police officer and you try to call my boss, then guess what? I'm pissed off now. And so now this situation has gotten worse. Did he holler at the police and then show them his driver's license? Or did he say, "Hey, you know what? No problem. Here's my driver's license," whatever. The pictures that they have of him being handcuffed looks like he was screaming at the top of his lungs. Now, I'm not justifying anyone's position on this, but I see both sides of the argument, okay? One, the professor is an old guy, all right? He's carrying a cane, all right? He walks with the help of a cane. He's a world-renowned scholar. People should recognize him. I didn't know who he was until this happened, but that's our little secret. But the bottom line is that now I could see if the police officer asked the professor for his ID, the professor showed his ID, no problem, very friendly, and then the police officer went on to say, "Okay, I need to see a utility bill proving that you stay here. Now that's ridiculous, and I don't blame him for being pissed off. But if the police officer asked the guy for an ID and he refused to show the ID, then, I mean, what do you expect? I mean, come on. It's ridiculous. I tell you what, let's take a break and we'll put a bow on this because I just don't know. Second set of the J. Riles Show coming right at you.